Could you do like 711 or something?
No, we didn't take 2.4.
Oh yeah. Sorry. We're moving way beyond that. We have about 7 days of class left. Actual class. We will be taking your final next week, Thursday and Friday. And then after that is travel and M-term and essentially. You'll have 3 presentations.
How much do you wish if you'll pass?
Not a good question to ask at females.
Yeah, but, when you find...
There is no definitive answer to that
Can you
question.
revise that final?
You can only miss enough to where I think you don't know what you're doing, and then we will have a conversation about what happened this year. And should you move on to Math 1? Yeah, but that's not really the point. The point is, did you actually learn this stuff? Are you ready for the next course? If you need to do a revision that says something more than just like, you know what I mean? So we all have jobs. Now today, if you think that you get your job done and you can we like get ready to learn and like write down our homework and get out our math journal and stuff, or do I have to give you a handwritten invitation? I can like put sparkles on it if I need to. I would hope that that's unnecessary. So I couldn't hear either of you because you were both talking at the same time. Today, we're not going to do a ton, but we need some time to present at the end of class. So we have, I think, F different jobs that can be taken. What? They made them A, B, C, D, E, F, so we have F different jobs that can be taken. So, I haven't told you yet.
Oh, okay.
So, by the end of this, your presentation will need to be able to tell the class whether the customer who placed the order ordered correctly for what they were wanting. Now, we know that ordered pairs mean they're ordered XY, right? And can work with a graph that has an x-axis and a y-axis, and can also work with a table, and can also work with a function. So, let's make sure we understand what we're doing, and then I'm going to release you guys, but first you're all going to have to decide what customer you're helping. You need to review these recent orders, decide if there's anything wrong. If the order's correct, then you have to represent that order with a table, a graph, and a rule. It's on a different line, so I want to make sure we see this. That means the function, the equation, the whole like y equals whatever, that's your rule. Or you could do an x equals rule, but you need to state a rule. If you know the y equals, you're essentially saying, I get my y by doing this to my x. If you're saying x equals, you're saying, I get my x by doing this to my y. So here, she's saying, in order to get my y, I take my x and do the opposite of triple. So triple it and then find the opposite. And then I add 4 to it, and that should get my y. That's what the customer thinks. Now, if the order's wrong for what the customer has said what they want to order, then you need to fix it. So realize this graph is for B, please. I am randomly, because random is so much better, and you guys can't be mad at me.
I actually did it
Alex, you gonna work in a group or on your own?
That depends.
Okay, so you and Sky are gonna work together. What do you guys want to? Which one do you want?
I want D.
You want D? All right, there you go. You and Sky got D. Go ahead and start working. May, you and Alex together?
Yeah.
What one do you guys want? D's taken for right now.
B.
B? There you go. They got B. Bougandier. You all three working together or what? Okay, what do you want?
A.
There you go. They got A. Oliver. Who are you working with? Will, jump back there with Oliver. What do you want?
C.
C, A, B, C, D are taken. Zach, you working with all three? We got to have partners today. Because the problem is you can think like, okay, we're good. And if no one's checking your work, like, you could be totally wrong. You guys want E? E? A was already selected. E and Tyler was already. Naya, what do you guys?
We'll take F.
Okay, there you go. Now we restart. Who's left? What group? Annie? We probably need to split. I don't know if all four should be together.
Yeah, do
Your four group need to check two different ones, whatever two you choose. Okay? So between the four of you, I don't care, but or you need to jump with a different group. Or jump with it, whatever you guys want to do. If you jump with a different group and it's only the three of you, then just do one, whatever one you want to pick. And you guys still need one? So what are you guys going to pick? Because we can't have you guys all doing the same. You want B? B, so you're doing the graph. What do you guys want? B. There you go. All right, so you have, let's say 15 minutes. Now, if you get done with yours, you may check another one. You may go around to other groups, see what they have. You can have somebody else check your groups. You can, if you're B and there's another group doing B, you can go confer with the other B group. But please, on your paper right now, write what customer you're helping. Now remember, you have to satisfy what they want. If they've ordered the wrong thing, you can tell them they've ordered the wrong thing and tell them what they should be ordering. So, if customer A wants that point and that growth and made the wrong order, tell her she made the wrong order and fix it. And then you would modify this, right? They may not actually get that. That's what might need modified, because sometimes the customer doesn't know what they're talking about. So you have to satisfy what they want. So like for customer A, I have to give them the 0.03 in growth by 4. They might be right, they might not be. For customer B, I have to give them this line graphed at the right. This might be right, might not be. For customer C, I have to give them the line passing through those points. That might be right, might not. For customer D, I have to give them all of this table. And that's been all they give me. They don't even give me an order. They just gave me the table. They don't even know what they want. They don't have a rule for me to check or anything. I have to make up the rule. For customer E, they have to grow by 2 and go through this point. And customer F has to do this. What?
I like the end of that. Thank you. No!
You have until quarter after. And then you will come up and present your findings.
Can we make this
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a great idea. Have one, hey, attention real quick, 10 more seconds. Have one person's paper ready to present. We'll use the dot camera up here. So you need a rule, a graph, and a table. Right? A rule, a graph, and a table. Rule, graph, table. Table, rule, graph. Graph, table, rule. Rule, graph. You're either that, or you can go become a third person on a pair. Okay. Growth means every time X goes up, that's what happens to the Y.
So when X is 0, Y is
That working together will be easier if we're sitting next to each other. Just if I were.
one of the coordinates is 0, 2.
Yeah.
So when x is nothing, y is 4.
Why is everything?
And then when x is 1, y is 7.
We know that in time on the y and then adding
So the x is only going up by 1 every time. You don't worry about it. It's doing what it should be doing. So what you just told me is y is going up by 3 every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're saying that doesn't work.
Like the
So what is
Like
3 times
start with
y?
y, right?
because that
And then
that
that
makes
works
the
out.
everything up. So I'm
And it
just like making like the score
Of an integer until it equals
I'm gonna start.
stop at
Oh, so he
So does it work for every other?
everyone
Does it work for the rest of the table?
So right, that's the
yeah.
So if it works for the rest of the table, maybe that is broken, and their order was like all of this was the same. They goofed up their order. I don't know, the customer something like that. Doesn't work for what?
not in this metric. Alright, I'm ready. Where do we start at?
So if you want to on everything.
Up by 3, up by 3, up by 2,
Okay, so that means
up by 3, up by 3.
3 times whatever x is.
yeah. Oh, okay, sorry.
It goes down 3 for every one.
Yeah.
Exactly what I said.
If I or maybe try to put it on a graph. So the customer is telling you they want that.
Oh, okay. Wait.
What if you put down right?
Who else is doing D? Anybody else doing D? So what's going on? What do you notice?
Wow, that's
So what do you guys think? So the customer said they want that. Can you grab the grab paper and grab what they've given you, and then show them maybe what they actually wanted? Like, does that make it a continuous straight line? So answer the question that I asked. Does it make a line? So maybe we gotta explain to the customer that they need up somewhere, and maybe we should tell them what points they meant to ask for. So be careful choosing what points you use, because we might not be able to use, like, obviously those points aren't really connected, but the question is what points can we use all together to make a good line? So I try to go intersection. There's that intersection. So those 3 points definitely are linear. And I don't think any others are. These are all just like right through there. Like a real light shoe.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really.
What?
It looks like that one should be one more up.
Like
And
it's
same
straight
with that
across
one, that they're 1, 2 low. Same with that one, it looks like it's 1, 2 low. Maybe they goofed up right there, and then just like everything else was goofed up the same way. So can you make a suggestion for the customer and say, hey, we actually think this is 1, 2, and then make a rule for that? Like, essentially,
ordered that when they
certain
want
rule,
what's on
based on what you drew, and then make up that. No, not a layout.
I'm sorry that was my life.
Yeah, that would be starts at 2.
I don't even know why this is black. Yeah, okay, we got it.
That's what we're doing right now. It's the
You need a rule, a graph, and a table. Your rule is something like y equals. What would you say to your customer? You gotta present this. You're not presenting to me. You're presenting to the customer.
Okay, so this is what they're from.
So, customer. You want a line starting there. Growing by 3. No, that doesn't grow by 3. So growth by 3 meant every time the x changes, the y goes up by 3. Not that the x goes up by 3.
I need a rule.
So guys, again, if you have been given a growth request, growth means every time you step up 1x, that's what happens to your y. So growth by 3, your y should be going up by 3. Growth by 7, your y should be going up by 7 every time the x changes.
If you have a 45 negative, it's going down.
It's going down every time the x changes.
I think because I got with negative 2.
Okay, so what are we going to say to the customer? We got the answers and everything. So now we'll say, I think you're getting your answer cool.
Wait.
I did it right.
Something has to be wrong because of that.
That was I think something's wrong, Mr. Hudson.
Why is that? You ready to present it to the customer? I mean, you have 5 minutes, but be ready.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm going to figure it out.
No, it's ordered.
Something's not wrong.
That is wrong. That's what's wrong.
It's wrong. It's not wrong. But like the math is wrong.
But still, I don't know what's wrong.
How does this go so much?
Okay, I got it.
No, I found the problem. Their problem is their
If it was just the opposite, then I would just go to
This is the line as it is. This is the line as the customer. Okay, no, what they want is the line.
Something's wrong with the
No, I figured it out.
Something's wrong with these two.
No, I figured it out.
No, I figured it out. Something's wrong.
4 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a graph.
Well, we use the graph. So
I knew it had to. I wanted to see if I'm right about one thing. Yeah, I just didn't know what it said. Why 6 by 2?
I have 5.
what happens to
This one, would this make sense to you? The rule you ordered was
the red
That's not a good thing.
I'm not entirely sure.
We're gonna explain it. think our classes are going to be very
Alright.
active. Yeah, it sounds okay, but I'm not sure if that's right. Okay, so this is the line. Big or I use the line big average.
What?
This is pretty interesting. It took me a minute to remember how this works. 3x plus 4. So I'm like, wait, what am I doing again?
Equals 1.
Yeah. Are we gonna do custom?
We figured it out.
We are
Yay,
smart.
It turns out we figured it out.
Good. You got 2 minutes till we present.
We don't even know that. Yeah.
Your work, what you think you figured out.
Is that negative?
Yeah, I use
Yes,
we
that's
figured
fair.
out. I think I universe.
Everything?
Why?
Yeah, it's called 42.
We
I get it.
Better call Carl so I can.
Are you ready? Better call. How are we gonna go custom?
You don't call him.
Don't put your socks down on around. What company is this?
It's the Line Factory.
Is it really?
Line.
They specialize in dances and lines in the sand. Line dances.
Oh, like the triangle thing that all the lines have to make. That triangle thing where you like.
Great job. You gave me like all day Friday. Just imagine being there.
People from all over the country order lines from your factory because of their superior quality and excellent price.
All right. Anyone ready to present and would like to go first?
Ray told me that.
Oh yeah, actually.
Let's
That
go.
way we
Oliver.
don't seem
Yeah.
His name was Jim.
Will is it here right now, so I'm just gonna present without.
We said that like 20 minutes ago.
So, I'd love for you to be at the board to be able to point to things, and I will get this under the dot camera.
So we got a really smart customer. They knew what they were talking about. Ours didn't. So our rule was y equals 2x.
No, wait. Which was yours? Sorry.
C.
C. We're gonna put this up on the other screen. So C, he wanted point 2, -4, or 2 and -4, 5 and 2.
So we graphed those, and then we made the line.
So wait, you graph
They're kind of small
2 and
points.
-4. Okay, so there's his 2, -4, and then his 5, +2. Okay.
And we did the math, and he actually knew what he was talking about. It was 2x, y equals 2x minus 8. Because it took me a second to remember how to work it, then I'm like, wait. So if the y equals -4 and the x equals 2, then 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 minus 8 is -4.
So what Oliver did was say to go up to that point. How'd we get there? And you said this change was how much?
-8.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding my question.
Oh.
The vertical change between the first point they put down and this point was from -4 up to +2. So this was a change of 6. Right? They went up 6. They went over, what was the change in x? 3, right? Because they went from 2 to 5.
Right, yeah.
They went up 6 and over 3, which really, if we reduce it down to a smaller triangle, if I go up 3, I should go over 1. Something like this. Or up 2. Sorry, up 2 over 1.
Something like that.
Up 2 goes over 1. Up 2 over 1. Because I can just reduce it down, right? Similar triangles.
So then we just made a small table and wrote down the rule.
And that is absolutely correct. The way that they found their -8, they went down. And made that stair step all the way down to -8. Any questions with what they did here? This 2 is their growth. And the -8, anyone know what we call this?
Y-intercept.
The y-intercept. All right, perfect. Very good, guys.
Can we go now?
Yeah, come on up.
Can we go, Mr. Hudson?
Actually, I don't want to.
Except I can't grow a mustache. So.
No, we just need to pick it up.
Oh, I mean, I could, but it probably wouldn't look very good.
He's a bad thing.
There's no graph.
Oh, my graph.
So they were, you were customer D.
Yeah, they're kind of, okay. So it took us a while, but after graphing, we found out that the first three are messed up. So, yeah. You can keep going with that. We need the other
We can
paper.
go back to the other paper.
Okay, so this one all went up 3, but then this one went up 2, so it kind of ruined this. So we redid it. So these were all up by 1.
So what we figured out was like the difference was like 10 and 8, 6, 4, and then it messed up and went to like 3, 1, 1, and so we knew that was wrong. So then I made a graph, like the number thing where it started messing up, and I made it the
Gentlemen,
difference.
scoot apart from each other. You're being really rude. You just presented and they were respectful to you. Sorry, go ahead.
I made the why do you have that one? Okay, that one doesn't matter. I made the difference 2, 0, and then -2 to keep the pattern going with the 2s.
So you were recognizing a pattern between the X and the Y,
Yeah. And
but
then we made
also the pattern happening in the Y's,
Yeah.
right? So you like did 2 different patterns at the same time, kind of.
So
So then, are these points the corrected points, or were those the original?
those are the original. We never got to do the corrected.
So if we do the corrected points, then you guys said this is what it should be.
Yeah.
So -3, -5 be like here. -3, -5. Right, and then you said it goes up by 3. There. Thank you, Don. And then you said up by 3, and the X goes over 1. Up by 3. There we line back up.
Yeah,
Up
so
by
our
3.
customer didn't take the time to make a rule, and he was kind of stupid, but it's okay.
So wait, do we have a rule? So then, hold on. So then their rule becomes this. What's their growth? 3. Where do they start? Quote unquote, at 4. Very good. Alright, thank you guys very much. Who else? What customer? Zen, let's have your group. I'm just trying to alternate.
I'll do the explanation. I think I understand.
I'm gonna
Oh my god. You can show my notebook. Graph and the table.
So wait, which one? Oh, customer A. So up on the TV, customer A wanted 0, -3, and growth by 4.
So, at first, we were trying to figure out, okay, if the customer A wanted, their y-intercept to be 0, -3, we know there has to be at least 1 point there. So we marked that. And then we were thinking, well, if it just went up by 4, then it would just be a straight line up on the y axis. But we thought that was incorrect. So we noticed, alright, let's make a table going to 0, 1, 2, 3, and then see, well, if we want to put it over 1 and they want it to raise by 4, then by putting in the table, okay, for every 1x that we go, we should just add 4 to the y previous in the previous box, and then we got a table where it ended up with these numbers, and then we looked at them and noticed, okay, for the rule, what does everything have in common? And I noticed that if we multiply the x by 4, then take away 3, that you get the same number, because 1 times 4 is 4 minus 3 is 1. 0 times 4 is still 0, minus 2 is negative 3, and so on and so forth. So we figured out that the real rule customer A was looking for was 4x minus 3 equals instead of y is equal to 3x.
So, what could you say to the customer then? What did they goof?
That we understand like what you're trying to figure out, but the rule was actually y equals 4x minus 3 because for every to get y you must multiply the x by 4 and then
Another way you can write it, plus the negative. So the customer just flipped their values around. They accidentally put start point in growth and growth in start point. Right? So they accidentally flipped their values around. Thank you very much, guys. Alright, who next? Still alternating. Let's go Ava's group. You were customer E.
So, for our customer, they made a very, the customer was actually correct, but they made a very oddly transfigured rule. And they said 2x minus y equals 4. So when we tried to put this into terms with the y equals mx plus b equation, we found out that 4 would then be the y. So 4 equals 2x minus y, and y equals 4. So it would be 2, or y equals 2x minus 4. And to figure out if, and the customer also wanted a growth by 2, so that was correct. And then they wanted the point to be passed through 5 by 6. So when we graphed it out, we were able to successfully get it through 5, 6. So we know that, and then we also graphed it out.
So, does what they did make sense? Because the customer gave them this really awkward rule, 2x minus y equals 4, but they could use algebra to isolate the y, right? Because the y is negative right there, I'd actually try to make the y positive by adding a y to both sides. And then this would be 2x equals 4 plus y. And you get rid of the 4, leads into the rule that they came up with, the 2x minus 4. And start point minus 4, growth rule of up by 2 every time you go over by 1. Nice. Good work, guys. Any questions for him? Sweet. Thank you very much. Let's go Alex's group. This should pick you. I should pick you.
Oh yeah, you can
Who am I showing? I can show both. I like different ways of thinking. Yeah, which customer was it? D. Recognizing that. Hey, so we have two different ways that they work through this. Sky noticed, like the other group, and I should have had you guys come up and present at the same time. Sky noticed the mistake right here. Right, we have consistent pattern of growth by 3, except for here. Right, that didn't work. So then, did you guys fix what the customer had, or what?
Yeah, that's the fixed version.
This table's correct. Sweet. So then, does Alex have the corrected table too? Is this the right one?
Yes.
Yeah, this is correct, right? So then you guys made your rule y equals 3x plus 5, and you changed your start point right here.
Yeah, and like the points after that.
So you guys changed your first 3 points, right?
Yeah.
They changed their last 4 points instead.
Maybe easier to change 3 then.
Well, easier is kind of relative. Both would be fine, but you end up with different rules, right? What was the rule you guys ended up with? Y equals 3x plus 4, where they ended up with y equals 3x plus 5 because they use a different start point. both ways, totally fine. What was the problem here?
It's basically that when it went to -1, 2 to 0, 4, it went up by 2 instead of 3. And so, like, for this graph, it's kind of like the regular, like, the 3 points are connected, but the others are, like, up, like, below the one that is what they're supposedly to be.
Notice where the line crosses. Guys, put your eyes up here. What Alex is saying is they connected their line using the first 3 points. And then this point is 1 lower than it should be. The pencil point here, 1 lower than where it should be. Pencil point at 1. So what Alex and Sky realized was, oh, well, if I just change these points, all of these out here, and increase the y's by 1, these will all be on the line. So they increased their 4 to 5, 7 became 8, 10 became 11. They fixed all their points.
And the fixed graph is on the back of the paper.
And there is your fixed graph with all points lining up. Perfect. Good job, guys. Come on up. You guys might be it. Is this the last group?
No.
Have you guys just decided to give me angry eyes till I pick on you? Or? Customer B wanted the line that he grabbed. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my first step, what I did is look for the y-intercept for B. So you look on the graph, and the first thing that jumps out to me is the y-intercept is 0, 2, so it's plus 2. So he got that part correct. And then,
So that customer gave you the equation 3x plus 2. Was their equation correct?
No. I grabbed their equation that they gave us,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going up instead of down. And it was still going up by 3 every time it went over by 1, and so we just made the 3x negative, and so it went down by 3 every time it went over by 1.
Because this is the graph it gave you, right?
No.
So that growth factor, one thing I want you guys to start realizing, the growth factor is just a triangle. So they saw, okay, we go down by 3, we go over by 1. It's not a positive 3, it's a negative 3. Any questions? For Bilal? Alright, nice group. Let's wrap this up.
we're the we're F, so that makes sense for that.
Nice.
What did I forget?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you guys need to present. Which one did you guys do?
Yeah.
Your same one as what just went?
Yeah.
Can we show yours really quick? You guys probably won't even really have to say much. I just want to show how you guys process through here. So just for comparison's sake, so did you guys kind of do the same thing?
Yeah.
So they wanted that, there's what they ordered. I like that you presented all your information that they gave you. And customer's incorrect when using the rule, looking at the graph, didn't match. Perfect. You fixed the rule down here. You also can see from the table that you created that we're going down by 3 every time. I love it. Anything else you guys want to say? This is perfect. All right, you guys are in charge. Thank you.
I'll be the one. Okay. So, at customer F, and they told us customer F wants a line that starts at 0, 1, goes first by 3, then goes by 5. So we're just assuming they wanted it 1 goes by 3 and 1 goes by 5. So we just guessed. It was. You can't assume. I assume things, okay? So we did 1 goes by 3. X, no, that's wrong. X goes by 3. 1 goes by 3. So, come to that, I can't speak English. Was I right?
Yeah.
So your graph scaling is kind of unique.
Oh, it's very, very unique.
You made your x-axis at first take 2 boxes to go 5,
Okay, that was just because I
and
grew.
then,
Okay, now I don't
so your graph is invalid because your scaling can't change like
That's a crazy scale.
that. And then you also misinterpreted what they said. So what this person said, right, if you read it, they want a line going through 0, 1, grows first by 3, and then grows by 5. Annie, you have your hand up?
Wouldn't that just grow by 8?
Exactly.
No.
No, because they wanted to change it.
So imagine that this graph was correct, that it was scaled correctly. They're saying first,
Oh, you go,
go up by 3. So essentially they're saying every time you go up 3, you go over 1, which this wouldn't
We
look
had
right.
a graph like
But then, go up by 5. Would this end up being a line?
No. Not straight. Yeah.
Not a straight one, right?
You're like multiple lines, really. But you really count it as one line because it's connected. Like that one? No, line is straight. No.
Not. I can't quite tell. I can't see the line.
This is like 2.
this is 8, this is 11, this is
But that was up by 2. Where?
Yeah, okay, so notice how this is not as steep as this. Can't use the board. When making a line, the whole point of us even talking about F, you can only have a single continuous, stays the same the whole time, growth factor. You cannot change how you grow and be one line. If you change how you grow, you're a different line. So F would not work. This customer's crazy. They're trying to break the rules, and we don't do that here.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they could have just
From the line factor.
Like, do they order
A
online?
Y
Do they,
to connect things.
do they order online?
Why do you order lines? Alright, have a great day, guys. Please do your homework. You never thought to yourself, like, man, if only I could order a line.
No!